That's quite a slow time. But as I said, this is an event where you know your stronghold. So in your strongholds, you try to perform better than where you have weaknesses. But ideally, you should be so good in all the 7 events that you are taking part in. At a world-class level, that's how it is. Be good in the 7 events. And remember, it's the same gold medal that they'll be awarded, similar to an athlete who just takes part in one event. 100 meter is 1 gold. Heptathlon is also 1 gold. But you have to take part in 7 to earn that 1 gold. Now over to the 110 meters hurdles. 110 meters hurdle main final, where the athletes will be Kipkoech Kirui, Robert Kipkrotich, John Kiago, Collins Hero, Jason Nyauntu, Godwin Odhiambo, William Bevy, and William Nyagaka. 110 meters hurdles main final coming up next on your screen as the fatigue team tries to prepare the field in preparation for the event. Remember, we are here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, day 2 of the Africa of the combined I'll be joined in studio by Greg Mulemi. Day 2 of these trials. Remember, yesterday we had most of the hits. Today we'll be having most semi-final and just a few finals, and tomorrow will be the climax of the event. Tomorrow we'll be having all the finals of all these events.
So, day 2 promises a lot because a lot of field events are happening today. The pole vault women final, we've witnessed the 100 meters heptathlon, both men and women. The men did, of course, the 110 men hurdles. Also coming up right now is the 110 men final. 8 athletes competing in that one. Let's see who reigns supreme. Thereafter, we'll have the 100 men and women semi-finals. We'll be giving the lineups of each. Of course, watch out for the lad from South Sudan, Deng Deng Malek, who broke the national record on day 1. Also, we'll be watching the likes of Clinton Omurwa in that lineup. We'll be giving it in a few. High jump, discus, also coming up, the heptathlon and decathlon. As Coach Hillary says that heptathlon is done over 2 days. Of course, the decathlon will be going all the way. The 400 meters men and women semi-final will also be coming up before ushering in the 10,000 meters women final. Remember, these are trials for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships to be held in Accra, Ghana. That is from the 12th to 17th of next month, and that is just after the World Relays that will be happening in Gaborone in Botswana from the 2nd to the 3rd of the next month. And of course, all the trials are happening here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex on this very, very beautiful facilities. Day 2 and 2 of 3. The shot put also coming up, the 200 meters heptathlon, and of course the semi-final of the same distance, that is the men and women 200 meters semi-finals. We'll have the javelin, the 10,000 meters men final, the 800 meters semi-final, both men and women. 4x100 relays will be coming up later on in the PM, both men and women. The 1500 meters decathlon, of course, finishing the day with the 4x400 meters relay, both for the men and women. So plenty of action expected. Of course, in the field events, matches happening. We'll also be giving you the results, including giving you what happened yesterday. Your Faith just broke the national high jump record, 1.80 centimeters. Bettering her previous record of 175. And many, of course, coming to the Ulinzi Sports Complex free of charge. So if you are around Nairobi, this is a Friday where you can't miss action when it comes. And we are talking about the 100 meters. The semi-final men will have Isaac Kundu in lane number 1, Luis Calwell, Ronald Kiprono, who did 10.16 on day 1. Marco Tieno will be running in lane number 4, Samuel Waweru Cheget, qualified in a time of 10.32 seconds. Meshak Kitsubu Babu, Justin Sabok, and Abmil Atako.
Greg, we have some bad news coming from that semi-final. Louis Halwell has pulled out of that semi-final due to injury. I was at the warm-up track and I had a talk with him, and it's too bad. That's bad news. Also, we have some bad news in the 400 meters where one of our own, Alan Kipiego, the man who ran in Botswana for the 4x400 meters, he didn't take part in this particular championship because his patella shifted. His patella came up when he was doing some sparring in volleyball. So those are two bad news, and then there's also one bad news coming from the Moresa's camp. He isn't taking part in this championship because he got hurt after the Betika finals in Meru. So those are 3 sprinters down. But Kenya is densely populated and we have immense talent. We are safe, but just that it's very bad to lose an athlete due to injury.
Quite a huge blow because the trio have been a core to what we term as Kenyan relay team. Because you talked about Mweresa is one athlete that everyone always knows. He knows how to take that curve. He's one of the best in the business, and it will be a huge miss. But as you say, plenty of replacements. Like in the 100-meter semi-final number 2, we have Stephen Odhiambo Nyango qualified in a time of 10.70. I think looking at that should have been the slowest coming to this semi-final. And then Clinton Aluvi, 10.53 will be in nail number 2. We'll also have Elkana Sabila, 10.29. Quite some fast time there. Moses Wasike Onyango. We'll be waiting to see if he competes because he didn't take part in the 200 meters later on in the afternoon. Then Dennis Mwai, 10.38. Thiek Deng Malek, 10.40. The South Sudan he'll be running in lane number 6. Brian Okoth and Simani Rega running in lane number 8. And just looking promises to be a very, very, very good semi-final that will be happening later on. I don't know what you make of it.
This will be, I'm just hoping that we get some sun just before the 100 meters because it's very tough running very fast times when it is this cold. But the women are through to the final. Remember, yesterday the women had three hits, what we call them 3 semi-finals. The first 2 in each semi-final directly to the final. Then the fastest 2 losers. So a lot lined up today. Remember, we also have the 200 meters semi-final later today. We have the 400 meters semi-final, the 10,000 meters women final, and 800 meters semi-final for both men and women. A lot lined up for you from the Ulinzi Sports Complex. Keep it right here as we take you through the day.
and just waiting for action to begin. And also a couple of field events happening, including the discus. And the shot put women final will also be is also happening right now. We have Anne Gerono, Monica Njau, Sheila Jebet. We have Sarah Atieno Okumu, Jacqueline Nabwire, Belinda Adhiambo, Irene Musimbi, Monica Chepkemoy, and Betty Chebet. Now happening on my far right. And we expect top performances because most of these athletes want to qualify for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships in Accra.
Remember, the javelin, the discus women final is happening right now. Belinda Adhiambo, Irene Musimbi, Monica Lagat, and Betty Chebet. That's the event on your screen right now. That is the discus women final. That's a red flag.
And for the discus, the standard qualification mark is 49 meters for the women and 53 for the 53.50 meters for men. So we'll be giving you every detail as it comes, as we also wait for the 110 meters men final that will be happening in a bit. And the standard qualification time, as per the Africa Athletics Federation, is 14.24 seconds for the men. So whoever crosses that mark and posts a faster time below 14.24 earns the ticket to represent the country at the Africa Senior Athletics Championships to be held in Accra, Ghana. Also, watch out for the 800 meters semifinals that will be coming up later on in the day, as we also witness that competition on our far right side from the commentary booth. That is the discus women final. And for the 800 meters women semifinal, the first semifinal will have Dorothy Chebet, Miriam Chemtai, Mary Ngige, Sheila Chepchirchir, Faith Gerono, Vivian Kiprotich, Mercy Chepto, Pauline Muhonja, and Alice Ekuru. Talked about the 400 meters men and women. Of course, we'll have the semifinals also coming up later on today. But the final event, of course, here, the first one of the day, the hurdles. And we're just waiting for the men to come and compete in the 110 meters. Men hurdles final. So the athletes coming in for the hurdles, that's the 110. I can see 3 Utawala Sprint Club sprinters. Walking to the starting position, to their respective starting positions, as the discus final also gets underway. 49 meters is the distance, and we'll be waiting to see if the likes of Muhonja will be able to do that and book a ticket. Adjusting the blocks, making sure that everything is in order before the start of this race. Just checking on the lineup to start this final. It is Kip Koech Kirui, Robert Kiprotich, Kip Kiengo Julius, Collins Hero, Jason Otgega, Godwin Ochieng, William Mbevi, and William Maranga Nyagaka. It's time for you to see who's the best in the hurdles. Remember, it is a race that will help us see who qualifies for the Africa Senior Athletics Championship. And there's the lineup, and I'm sure you've analyzed it, you've looked at it. Maybe look at the qualification time. Are we even able to have a team for this?
Remember, the qualifying mark for the men is 14.24 seconds. None of them ran that time yesterday. All of them hoping that they ran that time today. 14.24 seconds, qualifying time for the Africa Senior Championship. And in the women category, 100 meters hurdles, qualifying mark is the same, 14.24 seconds. Remember, in the 110, 14.24. In the 110 hurdles, 14.24. In the 100, 14.24. That's the qualifying mark. 8 athletes lined up to here. Kipkoech Kirui qualified in a time of 16.05. Robert Kiprotich 16.04. John Kiego 15.54. Collins Lukoya 15.29. Jason Ogega 15.18. Godwin Odhiambo 15.29. William Baby 15.62. And William Maraga 16.26 seconds. Fastest time being 15.18 seconds from Jason Ogega, who will be running in. That is the favorite in this particular race based on time coming from the semi-final. Remember, this is the final of the 110 hurdles. This is the final of the 110 meters hurdles.
So looking at this lineup, 14.24 seconds is the standard qualification time. Only one athlete comes closer, Jason Ogega, who will be running in lane number 5. 15.18 is the time posted. Godwin Odhiambo, 15.29. Quite a few microseconds. Easy on paper, but really tough. The man on your screen right now, that is Collins Lukoya. Jason Ogega, the favorite, and of course Godwin Odhiambo posted the second fastest time coming into this one, and of course William Mbevi just about to begin the 110 meters hurdles final. Who's gonna crack it? Of course, post less than 14.24 seconds to make it to Accra. Will they be able to do that, or we might just miss out?
Gregory, remember, Kiprono Koech had a PB of 10.61 seconds. And yesterday ran 10.17 seconds. That is 0.5 microseconds shy of his personal best. So it's possible. And that will be a false start or a faulty start for the 110 meters hurdles. Let's wait and see. Remember, in a false start, somebody has to leave the blocks. There is a disqualifications. In a faulty start, no disqualification, because that is a system error. Let's wait and see. Remember, anything is possible. As I have explained earlier, Ronald Kiprono Koech yesterday ran a time of 10.17 seconds. Official electronic time showing his personal best of 10.61 seconds that he did on 12th April 2025. So 1 year. In a time like this last year, he ran 10.61. And yesterday, he ran at 10.17 seconds. So anything is possible within a year. That looks like a false start. Lane number 8, William Nyagaka, has been disqualified from the event. He takes an early shower. He goes to the changing room to take an early shower as the 7 now remain on the blocks. Kipkoech Kirui, Robert Kiprotich, John Kiago, Collins Hero, Jason Ogega, Godwin Odhiambo, and William Bevy. Who will take this one? Remember, the qualifying mark is 14.24 seconds. 14.2 seconds is the time to watch. Clean start there from the athletes as they go over the second, third hurdle, fourth hurdle, fifth hurdle, sixth. Remember, they have to go through 10 hurdles. Who is going to take it? In lane number 5, the favorite, 15.04 seconds. Just microseconds faster than what he did yesterday. Remember, yesterday he ran a 15.18. Today has done a 15.04 into a 1.4, negative 1.4 wind. Straight now to the 100 meters men semi-final. Yesterday we had quite fast times from the men. Remember, Isaac Kundu ran a 10.61, will be running in lane number 1. In lane number 3, we'll be having Ronald Kiprono Koech, 10.16 seconds. That time was rounded off downwards to 10.16. In lane number 4, we'll be having the experienced Mark Otieno, former national champion, former national record holder, Mark Otieno, lane number 4. In lane number 5, we'll be having the smooth running Samuel Waweru, who ran a 10.32 second yesterday. National champion Meshak Kitsuli Babu will be running in lane number 6. In lane number 7, we'll be having Justin Isaboke. And in lane number 8, we'll be having Abel Atako. Remember, the time to beat from yesterday is 10.16 seconds by Ronald Kiprono Koech. YouTube man said it's the fastest Kalenjin on earth with a time of 10.16 seconds.
He said no Kalenjin has run a faster time than Kiprono. He becomes the fastest Kalenjin man alive. We know them with endurance, of course, the middle and long distances, but this one was special, of course. We witnessed what happened. But for a moment, I thought Ogega was in for the Africa Athletics Championships. I thought he was just going to crack the 14.24 seconds mark, but then I think he just panicked on the last hurdle, and then realizing that the clock was not on his side, tried to accelerate, but it was a little bit late for him. But he clocks the fastest time on Kenyan soil this year, 15.04 meters hurdle. So it waits to be seen if he actually gonna be selected. And as you heard, the lineup is ready for the 100 meters men semi-final. That's the man.
Gregory. You know, in Swahili they say ganga ganga ya mganga. Hutibu nini? Hutibu mgonjwa. Louis Khalwell is back in the lineup and will be running in lane number 2. In lane number 1, we'll be having Isaac Kundu. Lane number 2, Louis Khalwell. Lane number 3, Ronald Kiprono. Lane number 4, Mark Otieno. Lane number 5, Samuel Waweru. Lane number 6, Meshak Babu. Lane number 7, Justin Isabok. And in lane number 8, Abel Atako. Remember, the first 3 to cross the line automatically proceed to the final. And remember, this is 2 semi-finals, so the first 3 automatically to the final, and the fastest 2 losers. The mathematics here is get to the final, and in the final, the first 5 to cross the line make the team to the world relays. Let's wait and see who will be the winner. Will it be Mark Otieno? Will it be Ronald Kiprono? Will it be Samuel Waweru Chege? Will it be Meshak Babu, Justin Isaboke, Abel Atako, Louis Halwell, or will it be Isaac Omorua Kundu?
So 8 men in search of a final spot. And as Coach Hillary says, Halwell has miraculously resurrected and is ready to compete. That's the man passing on your screen. That is Samuel Chege Waweru. 10.32 coming into this semi-final. Meshak Babu, Utawala Sprinting Club. That's the man of the moment. That is Ronald Kiprono, the fastest Kalenjin on earth, according to Julius Diego. Isaac Omuro in lane number 1. He will be trying to see if he can actually replicate those good performances that he's always posted. 10.20 is personal best. There's quite some consultations going. Marco Tieno in that famous Kenyan kit, the Beehive, will be running in lane number 4.
Greg, do you know why Mark runs? Have you ever been curious to know Mark doesn't run in official Nike attire or Adidas? He only runs in Kenyan attire. Have you ever thought about it?
I'm curious to know because, honestly, he's always in a Kenyan kit.
Yes, just because none of the brands has ever signed up with him. None of them has signed him up. So he has no obligation to wear Adidas, Nike, Puma, On Cloud. He just wears the Kenyan attire.
It's a bone to chew because a man of his status could be attracting quite a few kit sponsors, and rightfully so. If he performs here, I'm sure that the world will be watching, as they are watching right now here on Athletics Kenya TV, both on Facebook and YouTube. If that happens, he crosses the line to Accra, then I'm sure they'll be knocking at his door.
And that's a challenge to our brands. Let us come out and sponsor these athletes. Even if it's just shirt sponsor or shoe sponsor, let the brands come out and support our athletes right from here in Kenya, before they are taken by the likes of Nike, Adidas. We have brands that can do this. It's not that costly. As we wait, that is Samuel Chege, one of the favorites. That is Meshak Babu, sorry. That is Justin Isaboke on your screens. And Abel Mzee will be running in lane number 8. Everybody psyched up. Remember, the first 3 to close the line automatically qualify for the final. Then the fastest 2 losers from the 2 semi-final. Good start there from all the athletes. From Isaboke. Babu comes in. Quite a tight race, that one. The winner, is it Marco or is it Kiprono Kosgei? 10.43 seconds in a negative. 10 seconds. Who is the winner in that one? It's Marco Tieno. 10.43 seconds in a minus 1.4 wind. Quite a slow race today, Gregory.
For a moment, I thought it was going to be something like, let's say, a whitewash, but it was too close. Marco Tieno just about edging out the 2 Utawala sprinters, that is Ronald Kiprono and, of course, Meshak Babu, and 10.43. Look at that, coming in very nicely. Look how Mark, the stamina was just okay, the strides were fine, everything. Look at Kiprono's passing a little bit, but then Meshak Babu from the outside, almost just sneaking in, but that actually did and was the difference.
Gregory, something I always tell you outside the screens. Do you know when you run anything 10 and 10-3, you will never beat Marco Tieno. If you want to beat Marco Tieno, you have to run a 10-2 or a 10-1. But if you want to run his race, run the 2 times, I've told you.
And of course, there's only one man who always does that, is Ferdinand Omanyala. But then Mark Otieno, is he coming back to his best? 10.43, unofficial time, of course. We'll be confirming that a little bit. But then look at that stride. But then the acceleration by Meshak Babu from the outside, on the right side, almost. But then Mark Otieno uses that experience to just about step out. And it is also a photo finish between number 2 and number 3. That is Meshak Babu and, of course, Ronald Kiprono. But this just tells you that this was so close and absolutely a fantastic race. A slow time indeed. But then this is something that we've been missing a little bit. Mark Otieno back. And we all know that when Mark is back, of course, this will also help his brother on the other side to step up.
Yes, of course. Mark has always been back by 100 meters in the Kenya team. Finnish guys are still working to see who won. Remember, this is not where the win at the cross, at the line, not before the line. So we cannot tell it with our naked eyes unless the photo finish crew tell us who is the winner of this particular event.
And I just think Mark edged out Meshak Babu in that one, because his foot actually stepped here, and the leaning also helps. And that's where I was. That's what I was saying. Experience comes to play, and I think Mark has just done that and seen that through, signaling the end of the first heat of the semi-final. And now straight to the second semi-final in the 100 meter, the second heat. Yep, Dieng Malek Deng, 10.40, coming into this final yesterday. And that man on your screens right now is Clinton Aluvi. Elkana Sabila also in this run. Moses Wasike, he's back, sat out yesterday during the 200 meters. And there is the man who ran 10.38 in the Betika final. That is Dennis Wangui Mwai. Thiep Dieng. That's Brian Okot. And there's Manu Abuy Rigao. So this is it. Stephen Odhiambo, Clinton Aluvi, Elkana Sabila, Moses Wasike Onyango, Dennis Mwai, Thiep Deng Malek. Will he be able to lower his personal best? 10.40. Brian Okot and Simani Rigao running in lane number 8. So this is the start of the second semi-final, the 100 meters. That is just about to begin. The man in the blonde hair, the 17-year-old from South Sudan. Watch out also for Moses Wasike Onyango in lane number 4. Concentrations level, of course, in this one. A clean start there, and watch out for Moses Wasike coming out of the blocks nicely. Thiep trying to respond, but then Moses Wasike will be winning this one. 10.28, an improvement from what he did yesterday. This man, of course, has just proved why he is one of the fastest in the country at the moment.
That is the first time, Gregory. That was and it was too close to call. That was too close to call. Every race is a photo finish.
Wow, what a finish by Moses Wasike. Then just got his stride right and coming. Official time, of course, we'll be confirming that in a bit.
We are having the times 10.8 and 10.49.
So this is Moses Wasike on your screens right now. Elkana Sabila coming in third, Dieng, and a photo finish between the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. That was very interesting. Being able to catch up with that group. So that is first race, of course, in this semi-final we witnessed. We posted yesterday, apparently. He's just maintained the status quo. Final. Also ongoing is the discus women, the 400 meters. We'll be giving the lineup of the 400 meters in a bit. The distance we'll have Maureen Thomas, Milk Becker, Mercy Adongo on, and Mbata Margaret Nasseran and Nancy Jepto. They're forming in lane number 3. She's slowly walking towards that block. And that one on your screen is Shida Lane of Uganda. 53.08 coming into this. Just checking out, ensuring that everything is in order. And for the 400 meters, 54.6 to 54.74 is the time. .74 is the standard qualification time for athletes who will be considered for selection for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships to be held in Accra, Ghana. Everyone making sure that everything is in order. Milka Becker, lane number 2, ensuring that her blocks are okay, but the lady on your screen in that colorful Adidas kit, that is Mercy Adongo Okech, the fastest woman over the distance in this country, currently posted 50.77 in that one. And I was having a discussion with some of my colleagues, and they said that she is even able to lower that to a sub 5.0. So it all starts with good preparations and, of course, the focus on putting on consistent results. And Mercy Adongo has always shown that. We saw what she did during the Kip Keino Classic last year, breaking the national record. Yeah, 50.14 was the time posted here on the 31st of May 2025, and recently just broke the 400 meters Kenyan indoor record, 51.25. That's last month during the World Indoor Championships. So she holds 2 records, Marcia Cage, but the lady on your screen right now is Maureen Nyatiti Thomas, an experienced middle distance runner. She'll be running in lane number 1. Maureen Thomas, Milka Mukhwana Becker, lane number 2. 57.09. Mercy Adongo Okech, lane number 3. There she is. And that is Shida Lenyi from Uganda, 53.58. So Nancy Jepto, 59.13. First semi-final of the 400 meters. Remember the standard qualification time, 50.74. That, of course, will be considered in the final, but right now it is time for the lady to try. Mercy Adongo Okech, 50.77 is the time she posted coming into the semi-final. Wesong.
This is the women 400 meters semi-final. Semi-final 1 and 2. Remember, in this particular semi-final, the first 3 to close the line automatically qualify for the final, and the fastest 2 losers in the 2 semi-final. Lane 6 is empty. Lanolin Aoko, the national champion, the national record holder, is in this race. Mercy Okech running in lane number 4. Lane number 3, Marcia Cage, just closing down on the athletes coming down the backstretch. Marcia Cage in lane number 3, already gaining ground on the athletes on her farthest right. Marcia Cage in the 200 meters, going to the lead, swinging her arms so fast. Clear front runner in this one. Mercy Adongo Okech, the national record holder, the national champion. 100 meters to go. Just tiring there, but trying to swing her arms into first position. Mercy Okech running upright with longer strides. Relaxed running. 48, 49, 50.22 seconds from Mercy Okech. 50.22 seconds on Kenyan soil. The fastest time run this year on Kenyan soil by Mercy Okech.
Yesterday she did a 50.77, so a 0.50 difference from what she did. And look at how she looks confident heading into that last bit of that race. And Mercy Okech just shows you why she is a medal prospect in each and every race that she'll be chosen to represent the country. And there she is, like clear daylight between her and the second athlete in this semi-final. So this has been a one-sided performance, total dominance. And of course, Mercy Adongo Okech, the name to watch, and she is actually enjoying these moments. 2 records, of course, under her belt: the the national indoor record, and of course the national record over the 400 meters. And she seems to be unstoppable, and she seems to be headed towards the sub 50 mark. I'm sure this is going to happen if she continues putting up such performances.
Yes, of course. Remember, she was trying to run under 50 seconds. Her national record is 50.14 seconds, and she's just running a 50.22 seconds. Will we see a new national record tomorrow in the finals? We wait and see. And the news just reaching us is the 100 meters men semi-final. In the first semi-final, 2 athletes tied in position 2. 10.43, 10.43. Meshak Babu and Ronald Koech. But they had to be separated by the 300th of a second. 10.431 and 10.432. That is how Ronald beat Babu at the line. And in the second, remember, in the first semi-final, the winner was Mark Otieno, 10.42. Then number 2, Kiprono, 10.43. Meshak Babu, 10.43. Number 4 was 10.56. Remember that. Number 4, 10.56. In the second semi-final, the winner was 10.27 by Moses Wasike. Then 10.31, 10.37, 10.45, 10.46, 10.47, 10.48. So number 7 in the second semi-final would have easily been placed 4th in the first semi-final. That is how tight it was, Gregory.
Fine margins, they say, because that was a faster hit than the first one. So it is very interesting also. And of course, what impresses me is that right now we are seeing the times being lowered. No more 11 point something. The ones you were saying, there's no need of you participating in a race if you know that you're not going to put up that performance. But that's quite an improvement from the Kenyan sprinters. And we wait to see what will be happening in the final as we head to the second one in the 400 meters. Brivian Neliema, 57.81 in lane number 1. Purity Chepkoech in red in lane number 2. Monica Akulu from Uganda, 53.53 coming into this one. Mercy Chebet, 53.45. Not really impressive coming into this one, but then hopefully she will put up a spirited performance and improve on that. She'll be running in lane number 4. Maureen Nyanjala Wafula, that is Helen Siombua Kali. Mercy Adija, Juni Sapata, 57.40. And we are ready for the second semi-final. Remember, Mercy Adongo Okech, 50.22. The fastest time on Kenyan soil this year in the 400 meters women. and are just about to witness yet another semi-final. Hopefully Mercy Chebet has seen what her compatriot Mercy did in the first one, and she might be able just to ensure that she maybe tries and match up the timings.
This is the start of the 400 meters semi-final number 2. Remember, the first 3 to cross the line automatically qualify for the final. Fastest 2 losers join the rest of the 3. Clean start there from the athletes, no false start.
As we witness the second semi-final of this 400 meters, Mercy Chebet already on our wheels heading into the last 300. The 100 was good for her. Will she be able to maintain that pace on the home straight? She saw what Mercy Aoko did in the first semi-final. Mercy Chebet, of course an Olympian, has been in the relay team. Will she be able to do that? Watch out for Maureen Nafula, also in lane number 5. Mercy Chebet crossing that, coming toward the home straight. It is going to be a race to be remembered, but Mercy is in the lead currently, just about ahead of Akulu from Uganda. It is Mercy Chebet, Akulu from Uganda. Watch out for the time. We will be looking at the timings posted. Mercy Chebet trying to stretch all the way, but she's gonna finish in yet another 53.01. Quite an improvement from yesterday, but Mercy Chebet has actually won that second hit. Just as we predicted, she will be in the final, and now it will be about the timings. Will she be able to lower that? Because she's just improved from what she did yesterday, where she posted 53.45. So quite an improvement, 53.05, and unofficial time, of course. But Mercy Chebet will be battling with Mercy Aoko in the final again. Remember, they ran together in the same heat during the heats yesterday. And in case you're just joining us, this is day 2 of the World Relay and the World Athletics Relays, and of course the Africa Senior Athletics Championships. Both events to be held next month, beginning with the relays. But now attention shifts to the men.
400 meters men semi-final. In semi-final number 1, in lane number 1 we'll have William Ryan. In lane number 2, Elkana Kiprotich. Lane number 3, Eric Okwi. Lane number 4, Kenneth Omuka. Lane number 5, Kalistas Juma Wekesa. Lane number 6, Kevin Kipkorir. Lane number 7, George Mutinda Mutuku, the national champion. And in lane number 8, Kevin Sawe Tauta. 8 athletes in this one. Lane number 8 will be missing in action. That is Kevin Sawe Sane Tauta. Lane number 1, Ryan. 2, Elkana. 3, Eric. 4, Kenneth. 5, Kalistas. 6, Kevin. 7, George. That is how they'll be lining up. Ryan, Kiprotich, Okwi, Omuka, Juma, Kipkorir, and Mutinda. 7 athletes. Remember, the first 3 to cross the line automatically qualify for the final tomorrow. And the fastest 2 losers join the other 6. In case you're joining us, we are here live at the Ulinzi Sports Complex for the day 2 of the combined trials for the Africa Senior Championship and the World Relays. Remember, Kenya has 5 teams that has qualified to be at the World Relays in Botswana. 4x100 meters men, 4x100 meters mixed, 4x4 meters men, 4x400 meters women, and the 4x400 meters mixed. The only event that we didn't qualify is the 4x100 meters women.
And of course, we'll be having interviews on the track side. And Charity has lined up interviews with Thiep Deng Malik of South Sudan and Shida Lenye of Uganda. And that will be done in a bit as we prepare for the first semi-final of the 400 meters. Kalistas Juma, Kevin Kipkorir, George Mutinda, and Kelvin Sane Tauta. So we are ready for the start of this 400 meters semi-final number 1. We're just waiting to see who actually reigns supreme in this one. William Ryan, Elkana Chemelil, Eric Okwi, Kenneth Omuka, Kalistas Juma, Kelvin Kipkorir, George Mutinda, and Kelvin Sawe. So, who is going to reign supreme there? A clean start by all the athletes. Watching out for George Mutinda in lane number 8. So Kelvin Sawe also trying so hard, but then watch out for Omuka, 46.44 coming into this one. Kevin Sawe Tauta stretching from the outside lane. He knows the exact button to press as they come to the 100. Kevin Tauta stretching those legs. It's George Mutinda also coming through nicely. It is Mutinda. What will be the time? 45.4, unofficial of course. Stretched himself to the limit there. George Mutinda in lane number 7. Claiming victory. So George Mutinda, look at how he forced to put that extra effort in that one just to win that race. 45.0 is the time posted by this young man. So George Mutinda winning that one, and of course 45.0 is the time posted. And for the 400 meters, I think it even makes him a strong candidate for selection for the Africa Senior Athletics Championship.
Remember, George Mutinda has already made the qualifying mark. The qualifying mark is 46.50, and with his 45.50, he's already made the qualifying mark and into the final of the 400 meters. Remember, the first 3 to close the line will automatically qualify. So him and Kevin Kipkorir have secured the place in the final that will be run tomorrow. Remember, the notable absentee in this particular event is Alan Kipiego, who's been missing, and also Boniface Mweresa. The 2 athletes are missing in action in this particular one. And as we head to the second semi-final of the men 400 meters, where in lane number 2 we'll be having Mpoke, remember, we'll be having 3 semi-finals, so the first 2 to cross the line automatically qualify for the final. In this particular semi-final number 2, Kaparande David Sanayek is missing in lane number 1. So we start from lane number 2, Moitalel Mpoke. Lane number 3, Sinket Moses. Lane number 4, Danson Kibet. Lane number 5, the tall, lanky Ugandan fella, Harold Adoli. Lane number 6, from Utawala Springs Club, Eric Kimathi. Lane number 7, Geoffrey Chang, winger from Uganda. And in lane number 8, Joshua Wanyonyi. Ni, Nana, 6 athletes running in this one: Moitale Limpoke, Sinket Moses, Danson Kibet, Harold Adoli, Eric Kimathi, and Geoffrey Cheng, 2 Ugandans and 4 Kenyans. Will the Kenyans dominate this race, or will the Ugandan take supreme? 3 semi-finals. The first 2 to cross the line automatically qualify for the final. As they start there, Adoli with a slow start there, and Danson Kibet just pulling inside, trying to catch up with Adoli, but the tall lanky fella from Uganda is closing down on Kimathi. The tall, dark Adoli into the lead now with 200 meters to go. Trying to push with 150 meters to go. It seems that the Ugandan will be going home with this one. Seems like the Ugandan will be going home with this particular win. Adoli just tightening up. Danson Kibet trying to catch up. Danson Kibet trying to catch up, but the Ugandan has pulled away quite far. Kimathi, will he hang for third position? Yes, he hangs up for the third position. Adoli runs 45.55 seconds. 45.55 seconds from Adoli. And in second place was Danson Kibet, Kimathi coming in third. As we move to the third semi-final of this 400 meters. Third and final semi-final. As you can see from the screens, Adoli was trying to push for 45 and he achieved it with an official time of 45.53 seconds. All the way from Uganda, coming to win that semi-final. Everybody just tightened up with 50 meters to go. Lactic acid had already crept in, but Adoli stayed tall and won that particular semi-final. And in the third semi-final, we'll be having in lane number 1, Roger Souma. Lane number 2, Jared Momanyi. Lane number 3, former national champion, Alphas Leken Kishoyan. Lane number 4, the KDF champion, Dennis Masika. Lane number 5, Erastus Mbaluka from Utawala. Lane number 6, champion from the Kenya Prisons, Kevin Kiprotich Tanui, who came with the fastest time into this particular semi-final in a time of 45.44 seconds. Lane number 7, Edward Opicho, coached by Duncan Ayemba. Lane number 8, Kevin Joktan from the Utawala Springs Club. Who will be the winner in this particular race? Remember, the first 2 to cross the line automatically qualify for the final. In a 3 semi-final, the first 2 qualify to make it 6. Then the fastest 2 losers from the 3 semi-finals. So it's not just about being 1 or 2, but being among the fastest. Third semi-final, quite a packed one. Roger Sauma will be running in lane number 1, kitted in full Adidas attire, courtesy of the Omanyala Foundation. Lane number 2, we'll have the experienced Jared Momanyi, born in the year 1990. Lane number 3, former national champion, Alphas Kishoyan. Lane number 4, KDF champion, Dennis Masika. Lane number 5, Mbaluka from Utawala. Lane number 6, champion from Kenya Prisons, Kevin Kiprotich. Lane number 7, Edward Opicho, coached by Ferdinand Omanyala's coach, Duncan Ayemba. And in lane number 8, Kevin Joktan from Utawala. Just getting in for that, Kevin Joktan left Utawala Springs Club. Eight men lined up in this one. Lane number 1 to lane number 8. Full house. This is a full house. who will be among the first two to cross the line to make it to the final. Remember, in the final, the first 6 automatically qualify for the world relays. So it's a matter of getting to the final and avoiding the last 2 positions in the final for this particular event. First 6 automatically make it for the world relays.
So who between Roger Souma Momanyi, Alphas, Dennis Erastus, Kelvin Edward and Kelvin Joktan will be making it to the final? Dennis Masika will be running in lane number 4, as you can see on your screens. Kelvin Tonui and Kelvin Joktan in lane number 8, the third and final heat of the 400 meters. Remember, after this we have the 10,000 meters women final that will be coming up with 11 athletes, including Diana Chepkemoi. But first of all, it is the 400 meters third heat of the semi-final. So we are ready for action in this 400 meters. A clean start there by all the athletes, and watch out for the likes of Dennis Mulongo in lane number 4. Kelvin Kiprotich Tanui also trying so hard, and then watch out for this man Erastus Mbaluka. So this is still a very tight race. What will be the timings? Because we are talking about a race that has all the qualities coming out that curve. That is Kelvin Tonui steaming away onto the home straight. Kelvin Tonui, but then watch out for Dennis Masika Mulongo from the outside. This is going to be very, very interesting, a close one, but then Masika Mulongo just about edges out 45.82. I think he just took advantage of what was happening with Kelvin Kiprotich. He slowed down a little bit, but then look at Masika Mulongo, had that extra gear, shifted the gears at the right time, and walked away to win that third hit of this semi-final. Look at how Tunui was in cruise control of this one. Erastus Mbaluka trying so hard to stay within touching distance of Mulongo, but then it wasn't enough because it was Dennis Masika Mulongo who had that extra gear, and of course bringing in that energy, clearing that 400 meters third semi-final. 45.82 is the time posted by Dennis Masika Mulongo of KDF. And straight away we will be shifting our focus to the longer distance, 24 laps on this one. We're talking about the 10,000 meters women final. 11 athletes, all aiming to see if they can finish on the podium and of course be selected to Team Kenya for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships to be held next month on the 12th through to the 17th in Ghana. So Regina Ndungu Wambui, Miriam Chemutai, Sandra Phyllis Chebet, Diana Wanza, Abigail Chepkoech, Maureen Chebor, Sharon Chepkemoi, Fina Yego, Mercy Chepngeno Mageso, and Natasha Cheptolangat, Diana Chepkemoi. This is a rich field of the 10,000 meter athletes. Very, very rich, and we expect nothing but fireworks in this one. It's 24-hour laps on track, not 12 as I'm seeing somewhere. So look at Diana Chepkemoi in bold, 2 athletes from the Lemotit camp. And of course, I'll be handing over to Bernard to take us through the first proceedings.
Good morning, our viewers. It's another good morning, and Mulemi has been on the mic for a very long time, and I think He just wants to some justice here. So basically, we are heading to 10,000 meters, and I can see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 athletes from the same camp, that is Lemotit athletics camp in Londiani, Kericho, and they will be competing in this race. Remember, maybe before we go to 10,000, Mulemi, I'm just seeing something that has been shared here, that Justice Oratile from Botswana has just clocked, he ran 44.61 seconds in 400 meters. He's called Justice Oratile. We can call that one a monster.
Beast mode. He's on beast mode. 44.61. Wow. Couldn't get better. Couldn't get better.
It will be tough in Botswana next month. It will be fireworks during the, of course, the World Relay Championships. As you can see on your screens, that is the lineup for the 10,000 meters women. I think there are 9 athletes, and I'll be keen to watch how Diana, I think Diana is there, Diana Wanza. She used to compete at the university games, and in lane 1, that is Diana Wanza competing in lane 1. That is the lineup there. We have 9 athletes: Regina Ndungu, Miriam Chemtai, Kibet, and Rafaelis Chebetue. That name has been there for long. We have Diana Wanza, Abigail Chepkoech, Maureen Chebor, who won 5,000 meters yesterday. I don't know if she is there. No, she is not around. Maureen is not in the lineup. Sharon Chepkemoy, Fena Yego Siyoi, Masi Chepngeno, Mageso, and Natasha Cheptolangat, and Diana Chepkemoy. 187, that is Diana Chepkemoy. So remember, Kenya managed to win a gold medal in the last edition, that is in 2024, where Kenya managed to win a gold medal through Gladys Kwamboka, and was followed by, I'll be giving you the name in a few. Yes, we had a gold medal from Gladys Kwamboka, who ran 36:53:59, followed by Rebecca Mwangi, who won a silver medal, 36:59:69, and Gela Hambese. And Gela Hambese, that's a technical hitch there from the starter. I think they will have to wait a little bit. Remember, this is a race that they will be running 25 laps. You can see how Diana there is trying to take it easy. She's among some of the athletes to watch. She recently won a 10-kilometer road race in India about 3 weeks ago. And I don't know if that will translate to the track here today. So we shall be closely monitoring. As I was telling you, that Gladys Kwamboka won the gold medal at the last edition. That was in Douala, Cameroon, where she managed to clock 36:53:59, followed by Rebecca Mwangi, 36:59:69, and Ethiopia's Gela Hambese ran 37:09:20. As you are aware, this event, the elite athletes, the top athletes, some of them will just come and watch from the sidelines or from the terraces, following keenly and seeing the new champions. The new champions who will be made here, who will be born in this event. So those are just 9 athletes competing in the 25-lap race. Remember, we are coming live from Ulinzi Sports Complex, where it's a combined national trials, where the first team will be selected to represent Kenya at the World Athletics Relay Championships in Botswana on 2nd May, on 2nd and 3rd May in Gaborone. And then we'll have another team that will be selected, a bigger team that will be heading to the Africa Senior Athletics Championships, which will be happening from 12th to 17th in Accra, Ghana. This is a combined trials for the two events. So the ladies you see wearing are the same, that is the same kit. That is the Nike kit. They all come from one camp, that is Lemotet Athletics Camp in Londiani, Kericho County, under Paul Kemei. For those who are watching and following up on these events from wherever you are, just send your shout out. We would love to say hi to you and to mention you. And also, if we have trouble here, you can just highlight so that we can be able to rectify that. I can see a number of coaches here, a number of senior athletes, former athletes. Isabella Uchichi there, seated on the terraces. A number of them, I'll be telling you when I see them passing by. And Mulemi, we have one of the long jump athletes. She is a student, Lilian Mapenzi. She just won in Kisumu and traveled all the way to Nairobi. She will be competing tomorrow at the long jump event. Lilian Mapenzi. Actually, she's the leading right now with 5.92 meters in long jump. I think this is really encouraging, especially for an athlete, because she's a East African, of course, champion. What do you think about Lilian Mapenzi?
Looking at the way field events are on the rise in this country, I think that's impressive because you said 15.95. 5.92. Not really bad because I'm just looking at the gap that is being closed here, 6.15. She can always get better. 6.15 is the standard qualification time, but you can always say that these are signs that we are closing the gap. Remember, yesterday we saw Faith break the national record in the high jump, bettering her own 175, now doing 180. So I'm looking at these events like right now there's an extra motivation that comes because also having these world stars coming to Kenya in the gold level events like the Kip Keino Classic and of course the national trials and the national championship makes it even encouraging for these athletes to come and try out, because most of the time the focus was on track as we are seeing the 10,000 meters. But then when you have the likes of the big guys in the discus, javelin, long jump and everything, how I wish the likes of Duplantis come to Kenya and of course try out something. Maybe if he's listening, someone can pass the message, Duplantis, we need you for the Kip Keino Classic, come and compete. It will encourage these youngsters to also take up the trade, and it is very, very, very encouraging, Bernard.
Yeah, it is really important because I think after the first event, that is many Kenyans were really interested about, competing in these events, and it's really encouraging. And before we continue, maybe we can listen to one of the interviews from Charity.
Welcome again to the second day edition of the Combined Athletics Trials out here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. I'm joined by Thiep Deng, an athlete from South Sudan, but he trains in Uganda and is coming up well. So far, how has been your experience here in the trials?
Yeah, in Kenya here. Yeah, I have been experiencing the trial. They was been going on well, so I think so. I did my level. I do my personal best in 100 and 200, and also I do my qualification. That is my happiness for that. Yeah, all right.
How do you feel about your performance in the 100 meters?
So I'm not feeling bad because in the first hit I ran 10:40. Again I consistent to run 10:4 again in 100. The same time I ran yesterday, the same time I ran today in a semi-final in 100. So I think I can do better there in 100. So I'm so happy for that also.
Looking at your performance in the 200, what is going to be your next approach in the coming race?
Yeah, my next approaching in Cameroon, I think it's going to be 19. If possible, if not possible, it's going to be 10 low, 20 low, not 26 again. I'm going to run 19. That is, I will try. I know how to run 200. This is my real race. I can run 19 easy. So I can do that. I can do that. Yeah.
Being an athlete from South Sudan and training in Uganda, what are some of the experiences that you've had, perhaps good or bad?
No, I have been a lot. I have been fast a lot through. So I have been having a lot of challenges in my career, but I try. I never give up. So I try to focus like that because I know it's part of my future. Whatever I give up, that means I lay down my future. So I try now. God is trying to help me. I'm just good.
Okay, all the best, and we wish you we wish you best of luck in your coming race.
Yeah. Thank you. So happy to be here. So I'm so very happy for that. For you guys calling me to come and interview me, I'm so happy for that. Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you so much. That is the Deng from South Sudan, but he also trains in Uganda, where he is coming up quite well, and he's happy with the support that he gets, and he's saying that he believes that he can do better, and is looking forward to a better performance in the 200 meters. Over to you as we continue with the next races.
$18 laps to go in this 10,000 meters. Remember, 25 laps on the track, and it is becoming a very interesting affair here because Asha Langat is dictating this early pace here. Masi Chapingeno to Mageso closing by, and Diana Wanza, that unique running style. Look at her flipping and flapping her arms. So Diana Wanza in the lead. And Masi Chapingeno in second place currently as they glide through that 7th lap in this race. Still a lot coming up in this race, and just to confirm the finalists of the 100 meters, the list is out. Thiep Deng Malek will be running in lane number 7, did a 10.40 yesterday. Coming to the semi-final, he posted a 10.47. Ronald Kiprono will be running in lane number 2, the fastest car engine alive, according to Julius Yego. 10.43. Yesterday did a 10.16, his personal best. Of course, Dennis Mwai, 10.31, will be running in lane number 3 in the 100 meters men final. Elkana Sabila, 10.37. Moses Wasike Mulongo, 10.27, lane number 5. And the man who won hit number 1 of the semi-final, Marco Tieno, 10.42, coming into this one. Meshak Babu and Stephen Onyango will be running in lane number 8. And for the 400 meters women, the lineup is out. Margaret Naserian, Helen Siombua, Maureen Nafula, Mercy Okech and Mercy Chebet, lane number 4 and 5. This will be interesting, 50.21 and 52.99. Monica Akulu of Uganda, Shida Lenye of Uganda. So 2 Ugandans in the final with Anna Mbata running in lane number 8.
Talking of the final list, Maureen Wafula, I think the long strides has been really instrumental to her, because you can see she's behind, but in the last 100 meters, the long strides has really played a key role here, and she normally finishes at the top 3. And I saw it yesterday, and it has happened today. Of course, 10,000 meters, 16 laps to go. Diana Wanza now dictating the pace there. She's in her own class, Diana Wanza, with a unique running style.
You said she leans, and of course, so Diana Wanza with that unique style, but then we have to cross over because Charity has lined up interviews, and she's talking to Shida Lenye of Uganda.
I didn't see the time, but I just feel it's a good preparation for me for Kipkeno in 2 weeks' time to come. Yeah.
Perhaps what are you going to work on during the training?
I think this is my first speed for the season, and we have been working more on my endurance level. So this coming here, it's like my first speed. So I'm so grateful. So we're going to work on the speed, and then we're going to realize this race I'm in, it's going to build a lot and make a lot to me in terms of checking where my weaknesses are, and then we work towards it. Yeah.
And what is your season target?
My season target, hopefully to run a PB. Yeah, again.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And that is Shida Lenye. She's from Uganda, and she's saying that she's so far impressed with how the preparations are going, and she's saying that she has already been working on her endurance, and this was her first speed race, and she's hoping that it will be tailored well, and she'll be able to give good performance. She'll be able to give good performance at Kipkeino. Over to you as we continue with the next race.
Yeah, welcome back. We are back on air again after a small hitch, but currently leading with 8 laps to go. That is Diana Wanza, and remember, Diana Wanza is she's a graduate. I met her competing at Kenyatta University during the university games, so she is a graduate and. She is taking the course, of course, diligently, step by step. Now, I'm joined here by one of the veterans. I can say the first man to win, the first black man to win New York and Boston marathons. That is Ibrahim Hussein. Ibrahim, karibu sana.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, Rotich.
Yeah, thank you for joining us here, and we are trying to see how the combined trials is ongoing. And maybe I'll ask you one question before I let you go. Maybe you can talk about sports and technology. What should athletes do to embrace what is now the trend that is now changing in the world?
Yeah, I think technology has really caught up. During my time, the technology was not that advanced the way it is now. So I think our athletes need to embrace it. First of all, talking even about technology, I was just at home some few minutes ago, and I just I went to YouTube and went to Athletics Kenya trials, and I could see the broadcast or the cast, the one you're televising, very clear, very nice, and I think the people who are watching will agree with me that you are really very advanced and it's so nice. I didn't think you are at Ulinzi. I thought you were outside. Yeah.
That's nice, and we really appreciate. Thank you for following up.
So really, you are doing a very good job. And this is part of the technology. Long time ago, it was very difficult to have a live coverage. You talk about the live coverage, and during the Kenya 3 years time, they were talking about OB van to be rented from I don't know where. And then the OB van comes, you have to negotiate. It was so difficult that time to televise things live. But now here, you guys have really moved it. We are so advanced. So I think the athletes also need to advance in whatever they are doing to catch up with the technology. You see, even we are talking about the Cape Kano Classic, which is coming up on 24th. And for the first time in Africa, they are bringing the wave flight. You see, we used to have a rabbit pace the runners, but now there is a wave light, which is assisting the athletes to go with the pace. And that technology, we heard about it some 2-3 years ago. We didn't think it could be here, and now it's going to be here. Kenya is in the lead. I think we should not underestimate ourselves. We are up there.
Thank you very much, Hussein. Of course, he's going somewhere else. That's why I just wanted to one question. Thank you very much. Of course, that is the ongoing of the 10,000 meters women, the final race. And with 5 laps to go, of course, we've seen one athlete has dropped there. But still leading and dictating the pace is Diana Wanza, running with a unique style there. And as I said earlier, I knew her when she was competing at the university games. That is, I met her at the Kenyatta University track. And when I saw how she was running, I knew this is an athlete to watch. And yes, 2-3 weeks ago, she won a road race, or was it last month? She won a road race in India, that is 10 kilometers a race. And we expect, I think, she will go places. And let's wait and see if she will be able to, of course, deliver and earn a slot to represent Kenya at the Africa Senior Athletics Championships in Accra, Ghana. Remember, we are coming live from Ulinzi Sports Center in Langata, Nairobi. Well, it's a combined trials. Another team that will be selected tomorrow is a team that will be heading down Botswana, where the 7th edition of the World Relay Championships is happening from 2nd to 3rd of May. And of course, Kenya is expected to do and perform well, having selected a number of teams that will be presented there. And they have to be named here. With 4 laps to go. Let's wait and see how Diana will pull out on these. Remember, after the 10,000 meters race, we will have the 200 meters heptathlon women, and then we'll have the 200 meters women's final, and then followed by 200 meters semi-final, 1 and 2 for the men's race. And of course, we'll have the javelin, which is ongoing, the javelin for the decathlon ongoing. That will be taking place in a few. And then we'll have the 10,000 meters men's final, where we have 16 athletes competing. Now, I understand the 800 meters men and women has been pushed to tomorrow. The final race of the 800 meters men and women has been pushed for tomorrow, subject to confirmation. But remember, we still have relays coming up. 4x100 women semi-final, 4x100 men semi-final, 4x400 women semi-final, 4x400 men's semi-final will be the last event of the day. Well, Diana Wanza doing her thing there. A unique running style. Leading from, she took control of the race after 5 laps and she hasn't looked back. Following closely is Diana is leading, and following closely is Mercy Chepngeno, who is a Form 4 student at Kaliet Secondary School in Kericho County. That is Mercy Chepngeno. It's a day, tunaweza sema kwa Kiswahili Mulemi, ni siku ambayo ni tulivu, kumetulia kabisa. Mambo yanaenda shwari. Sijui kwako unasemaje? Kiswahili kitukuzwe.
The last time we tried speaking Kiswahili, guys were like, you guys, please. But mambo yako sawa. Yeah, so Diana Wanza leading the last, as we head to the last 800 meters of this 25-lap game. And it's going to be interesting to see what time will be posted, because she's well within that qualification time, and she's doing great, and you can see from that unique running style. Of course, apologies for what happened earlier on when we went offline. We're back in action, and of course we'll be bringing you every bit. As Rotich told you, the 800 meters men and women final has been pushed to the last day. That is tomorrow right here. So we're just about to witness other races happening as Diana hits the bell. No competition whatsoever. Clear. The distance between her and Mercy is as clear as daylight. As day and night, of course. Let's say it's like almost 150 meters, the distance between Diana and Mercy, as they glide through, heading into that last stretch. It is Diana Wanza. She's just confident that she's going to get this one. She's commanded the race and, of course, led from gun. And heading to the tape, I think she's going to make sure that she actually gets that done. Of course, we'll be looking at the time she'll be posting coming into this one, because she's totally dominated the field. She's totally given her all. She's totally been confident, and you can see from the way she's running down that curve to the home straight, she is going to make sure that she clinches this title. Diana Wanza steaming home. She will be winning this 10,000 meters. Look at her. She is going to Accra. There she is, Diana Wanza. And Mercy Chepngeno Mageso, a Form 4 student, will be coming in to clinch second place. There is Diana Wanza with that unique running style, claiming victory in this 10,000 meters women final. One of the men also will be coming up to race in this couple of field events, including the pole vault, decathlon, shot put, heptathlon, 200 meters, the 200 meters women final also coming up later on, including the semi-final for the men, and the 10,000 meters men final will also be coming up, and a couple of relay races lined up later on, and the 1500 meters decathlon. So we're moving on swiftly. And this is the end of the 10,000 meters women final. Just waiting to see the next event that is coming up. It is the 200 meters women final. And also we will be lining up a couple of interviews, and Charity is already warming up to that, and she'll be giving you insightful interviews down from the track side. So after the 200 meters women final and the same is for the men, we'll have the 10,000 meters men final as we head towards the afternoon session that will begin with the 200 meters women final. As we await for the women to head down to the starting position for this 200 meters women final. Of course, a couple of field events also lined up, but that will come straight after the 200 meters men and women, the men doing the semis and the women doing the semi-final. So we're waiting for the next event. That is due to start in a bit at this beautiful facility at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. And we talked about the 400 meters that happened just a while ago. We'll be giving you the lineups for the finalists, but the 100 meters will have Tiap Dieng of South Sudan in lane number 1. We'll be having Dennis Mwai in lane number 3, Ronald Kiprono in lane number 2, Elkana Sabila in lane number 3. We'll also be having Moses Wasike, Marco Tieno, Meshak Babu, and Stephen Onyango with that final. For the women 400 meters final, we'll have Margaret Naserian, Helen Siombua, Maureen Wafula, Mercy Okech, Mercy Chebet, Monica Akulu, Shida Lenyi, and Ann Mbata. So just waiting for signal to start the next event. But yet again, this event has attracted a couple of interviews, and of course we talked to Shida Leny and Deng from South Sudan, and Charity was on the track side to talk to the two athletes. It is time for the 200 meters women final, and Neva Mishira from Kenya will be running in lane number 1, and Winfrida Filippo Makenji from Tanzania in lane number 2, Eunice Kadogo in lane number 3, Esther Mbagari in lane number 4, Diana Wanza in lane number 5, Lucia Williams of South Sudan in lane number 6, and Monica Akulu, 2 Ugandans in lane number 7 and 8, together with Evelyn Kohli, that is the Tanzanian, Winfrida Makenji, 24.92 coming to this one. Of course, they have to do at least 20.24, 24.24 to make it to Accra. Neva Mishira beaming in confidence. The Tanzanian Makenji, Eunice will be in 3rd place. Remember, it's 24.4. Eunice Kadogo, former national champion over the distance also. Esther Mbagari Okanga, 24.59 coming into this one. But one person, Diana Awoko, already done 24.18, so she might be the favorite in this one. And of course, thinking about Accra, Lucia Williams, 24.01, already qualified for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships. So this is very interesting. Mary Akulu, just a few microseconds, she could be also in that plane to Accra if she betters her 24.32 posted in the semis last evening. We also have Evelyn Coley, but Mackenzie, 24.92. She is fired up. Will she be able to break that dark, because she is the sole Tanzanian representative in this one? And just ensuring that everything is in order before the storm. The track officials ensuring that the bib numbers are correct. And of course, everything is in order before the start of this race. So 8 participants, 2 Ugandans, 1 Tanzanian, and 5 Kenyans running in this. Actually, 4 Kenyans, 2 Ugandans, 1 from South Sudan and a Tanzanian. So 4 Kenyans and 4 from the neighboring countries, South Sudan, Uganda, and Tanzania. Mackenzie flapping her arms. See, she knows that she has a chance to qualify for Accra, and it all begins here. She started the race the day yesterday very nicely, and of course finishing second in the 100 meters. And that one on your screen right now is Esther Mbagari Okanga. Not used to her having that hairstyle, of course. That is Esther Mbagari Okanga. Slowed it down a little bit, 12.15 in the 100 meters. Unusual of her, but understandably so, because she's undergone a few moments of transition in her life, and she will be trying to come up and, of course, try get some qualification time. So we are just about getting ready for the 200 meters women final. I'll be taking you through this one before giving Hillary. I know he's studying the men's semi-final. He knows he has exactly everything that is needed to take you through that one and discuss it in length. And talking about the men, watch out for Clinton Aluvi, 21.43 coming into that one, but also Thiek Malek Deng, whom we had speak to Charity earlier on, 20.61, the fastest time in that semi-final, number 1 for the men. But right now, we just about getting ready, as also we witness the pole vault happening right now. The final, of course, will be giving you results from that event. Neva Moshira, lane number 1, 25.32. She's got to improve on that, maybe try track down that too. I'll cut that down to 24.24. There she is. Born on 17th of June 2001 is Wilfrida Filippo Mackenzie of Tanzania, 24.92 coming into this one. And so is Esther Mbagari Diana Aoko. And the fastest athlete coming into this final, Lucia Morris Williams. So everything ready now, and we should be ready for action in just a bit. Clean start there by all the 8 athletes as they head towards that bend into the 100 meters, 150. And look out for Lucia Williams and Diana Aoko. It is going to be very, very tight. Watch out for Esther Mbagari also trying from the outside. But then it is Lucia Williams who is steaming away. Eunice Kadogo trying so hard, and Diana Aoko. It's going to be a very close finish, 23.91. Lucia Williams just about runs the fastest time. Look at how Lucia Williams steamed away. Akulu was struggling a little bit. But then look at Lucia Williams stretching those legs and ensuring that she crossed that line as the first athlete. So it is Lucia Morris, 23.91, and of course wins that one just ahead of Diana Aoko. I think they should be on the plane to Accra.
Gregory, the selection for this will be quite tricky. Remember, Lucia William is South Sudan. Lilian Naoko also runs the 100 meters. Remember, they want the top 3 in the 100 meters and the 2 in the 200. So if Lilian has won this one, she doesn't need to run 100 meters, or she doesn't need to be among the top 3, but she will be. Then in third position was Ugandan. So we go to fourth position. That is Eunice Kadogo. So Eunice Kadogo and Lilian Naoko have booked their ticket as at now, just on technical grounds.
And Esther Mbagari is struggling a little bit. She couldn't just keep up that pace, and I think she just needs to focus and come back to her best, because she's among the best that we have. But those ones are now the athletes to take part in the 200-meter semi-final. Number 1, Abel Atako Mzee, George Njenga, George Njogu, Simon Simani Regau, Ronald Kiprono Koech, Kalistas Juma, Dennis Wangui Moi, and Peter Masaba.
200 meters on the cards. Abel Atako, George Karanja, George Kimani, Simani Rigao, Ronald Koech, Kalistas Juma, Dennis Moy, and Peter Masaba. Remember, this is a 2 semi-final race. The first 3 to cross the line books the ticket. Most of these athletes have made the qualifying mark, starting with Kalistas Juma, who was run at 21.02. Dennis Moy, 20.72. Ronald Koech, 20.67. And Simani Regao, 21.08. The qualifying mark is 21.24. And 4 athletes in this semi-final have already booked their ticket by the qualifying standard. But all we want right now is 3 going into the final. 3 going into the final automatically. First 3 to cross the line, proceed to the final. That will happen tomorrow, later in the day. (200 meters men, semi-final 1 of 2. Fastest from yesterday was Ronald Koech in lane number 5, 20.67. Dennis Moy, 20.72 in lane number 7. And Simani Regao, 21.08 seconds in lane number 4. Tension building right here at Ulinzi Sports Complex. Is that a false start or a faulty start? Who could have gone before the gun? Who is the culprit here? Is it a false start or a faulty start? Remember, if you run anything faster than 0.1 reaction time, then it is a false start. 0.1 is the legal reaction time. Anything faster than that is a false start. In lane number 8, it's clear from the replay. Lane number 8, Peter Masaba. Unless anything happens, that is a red card for lane number 8, Peter Masaba. And as we can see, the track referee it's a red card for lane number 8, Peter Masaba. He goes to the changing room quite early due to that false start. Peter Masaba, having come to this semi-final in a time of 21.65 seconds, heads to the changing room, leaving the field with 7 men to battle it out. Peter Moy just taking a sip of water before the start of that event. Simani Regao, lane number 4. Ronald Koech, lane number 5. Kalistas Juma, lane number 6. Dennis Moy, lane number 7. George Kimani, lane number 3. George Karanja, lane number 2. And Abel Mzee, lane number 1. Good start there from Ronald Koech as Simani Regao tries to pull inside, trying to catch up with Ronald Koech. Good drive there from Ronald Koech. Good drive there into the final with a time of 20.46 seconds in a legal wind of 0.8. That is a clean. That is clean. Ronald Koech, number 1. Dennis Moy, number 2. Siman Regao pulls into third position. As you can watch from the replay, that is Ronald Koech, number 2. And Siman Regao, number 3.
So what a race. And watch out at Ronald Kiprono Koech, showing the rest of the world what he's capable of. Saw him post very impressive times in the 100 meters, 10.16 on day 1. Of course, finished second in the 100 meters semis, just behind Marco Tieno, and now reigning supreme in this semi-final of the 200 meters. Of this is hit number 1, Ronald Kiprono Koech, winner, and of course showing us why he is among the best in the business. Of course, he is quite still a young man, 26 years of age, so bright days ahead for him, and wins that race spectacularly. Yes, and the attention shifts to heat number 2 of the semi-final. Jonathan Wambua, Stephen Olwoch, Clinton Aluvi Owatinya, Isaac Kundo Murwa, Samuel Waweru Chege, Tiep Deng Malek Deng, Elkana Kiprotich, and Martin Kala Juma. That is Kundo Isaac. And that is Samuel Chege. So Deng missing in action, but that is Martin Kala Juma. So Deng, after competing in the 100 meters, is not able to do the 200 meters. So maybe his focus will be in that 100 meters men final. So we are ready for action. This second semi-final of the 200 meters. 20.36 was the time posted, and we're off cleanly. This hit number 2. Watch out for Mr. Samuel Chege Waweru, who is streaming in. Elkana Sabila, also Clinton Aluvi, trying to come from the outside. And that is Samuel Chege. Elkana Sabila, Kiprotich, and Chege. Who's going to do it? Sabila just about 24.75. Just finishing ahead of Samuel Chege, but that was quite some good acceleration towards the end of that. And the man from the Utawala Sprint Club running in lane number 7. Look at how he accelerated on the last 80. Samuel Chege was in cruise control, but then look at that stamina, the acceleration, of course. Look at how well he timed his run. Samuel Chege just about missing out on that one, with Sabila winning. Oh, fantastic thing. 20.75, an unofficial time, of course. What a race this has been. Look at that. Brilliant stuff from Elkana Sabila. Chege also fancied his chances and just about crossed the finishing line in second place in that amazing race. We met to understand there's the 200 meters decathlon. Shall be giving you the start list in a bit. Actually, it's the 200 meters heptathlon. Two athletes competing in this one, that is Sally Chepkosgei and Angelono Chelelgo. So Chelelgo and Sally Chepkosgei will be running in this one. Also happening now is the discus men final, happening on the other side. And off they go, Sally and Gerono Chelego. As they take that bend, Sally leading all the way. Remember, it's not about who finishes first, but who gathers more points in this discipline. And Sally will be crossing the finishing line first, 28.77. Also coming up is the 10,000 meters men final, as we witness once again how Sally Chepkosgei sprinted to win that race. And we'll also be checking out a few of the interviews that are coming up later on this afternoon. Remember, if you're joining us, we're live from the Ulinzi Sports Complex on day 2 of these trials. And just about to begin is the 10,000 meters men final. That's what's been lined up for this afternoon. We'll also have the 4x100 meters relay semi-final, both men and women. The 1500 meters decathlon, and of course the 4x400 meters relays. Just to confirm, the 10,000 meters coming up. The javelin decathlon also taking place right now. And just waiting for the athletes to get ready. Of course, the lineup is out for the 10,000 meters. We can confirm that. And Anthony Maina, Julius Kipkwony, Elfas Kipkemboi, Isaiah Onderi, Joseph Ouma Keriako, Justin Lintan Julius, Kevin Chasang, Matthew Kipruto, Naibei Kiplimo, Paul Kipngetich Tanu, Ruben Pogisio Longosiwa, Silas Centura, Titus Kiprotich, Victor Kimosop, Wildon Langat Kipkurui, and Dominic Lagat will be taking part in this 10,000 meters that is just about to begin. 25 laps on the track. An event that has been graced as a Kenyan event. And a lot of expectations as the athletes walk down to the starting lane. It is the 10,000 meters men final. And of course, our expert Bernard Rotich has walked around and about us, and of course has a few things to talk about this event that is just about to begin.
Well, maybe before we start the men's race, we have the women's race that's we just finished a few minutes ago, and I was talking to Diana Wanza, and actually her running style is what makes me even admire how she runs. And she's a graduate. She graduated from Kenyatta University in education, and she decided to start running and try her. She has talent in running, and that is why she's been doing. She trains in Gong, but she's very happy to have made to the team to earn a slot to represent Kenya, which will be her first time. But you must know that the Ethiopians are really waiting for them. The Ugandans are waiting for them, so it will be a tight competition there in Africa during the Africa Games. Well, talking about the 10,000 meters men, we have about 16 athletes who will be battling it out. Anthony Kibemaina, Julius Kibowen, Elfas Kimboy, Isaiah Onderi, Joseph Kiriako, Justin Julius, Kevin Chesang, Matthew Kipkoech, Mayabei Naibei Kiplimo, Paul Kipngetich Tanui, Ruben Pogisho Longosiwa, Silas Centura, Titus Kiprotich Kibet, Victor Kimosop, and then we have Weldon Langat and Dominic Langat. We'll have to look at Silas Centura there, not that name, Weldon Langat, Paul Tanui, and Ruben Longosiwa, among others. And off they go. That is, they will be running for 25 laps. And remember, they're seeking slots to represent Kenya at the Africa Senior Athletics Championships in Accra, Ghana, next month. That is from 12th to 17th of May. Normally, the 10,000 meters race is a slow race, and I can see Paul Tanui. Is this a comeback for Paul Tanui? Paul Tanui he has been there for a very long time. He's the one currently leading. He has this is the guy who gave Mo Farah a lot of headache when he was running with Mo Farah during the World Championships and even the Olympic Games. And as you can see, he is there leading already. His running style, you could see how he used to run with Mo Farah and the others like Cheptegei and all the others who are doing the 10,000 meters. That is Paul Tanui. 24 laps to go. So that is 10,000 meters. Of course, the race normally starts in a slow pace, and I think Tanui decided to just start his own pace. And as you can see, he's really doing well there. But again, we still have 24 laps to go, and most of the athletes might be, of course, hiding their cards so that they can unleash in the last few meters. Remember, I told you yesterday these athletes have the last or two or one gear to engage in the last few laps. And that is what normally happens in the long distance, because you don't just have to sprint. You can't sprint for 24 laps. But again, that is Paul Tanui, 23 laps to go. Paul Tanui leading with Weldon Langat in tow. In the mix, we also have Longosiwa. Remember, Longosiwa is a brother to Thomas Longosiwa, the former, I think, silver 5,000 meters silver medalist, Olympics medalist, Thomas Longosiwa. So he is following in the footsteps of his brother, and here he is trying his luck to make it to Team Kenya for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships that shall be held next month in Accra, Ghana. Remember, at the same time, this is a double, or it's a combined trials where another team is expected to be selected that will represent Kenya at the World Athletics Relay Championships in Botswana from May 2nd and 3rd. It's a two-day event, and athletes will be battling it out there from across the world. Paul Tanui is still leading, dictating the pace. His running style. He used to give Mo Farah and the likes of Cheptegei, Ali from Canada, a lot of Mohammed from Canada, a lot of work in the distance. And at one time, Mo Farah admitted that the Kenyans are really good. They really pushed him to the wall, even winning the gold medal. It was really it was a tough competition. And maybe to take you through this distance, in the last edition, we had that is in the 10,000 meters, we had a bronze medal through Ronsa Kipkorir Konga. And the winner in this event was Nibret Melak from Ethiopia, and Gemechu Dida from Ethiopia also managed to win a silver medal. The winning time was 28:52:27, with the silver medalist, that is Dida, clocking 28:52:79. And the third who was a Kenyan, Ronsa Kipkorir Konga, managed to clock 28:52:94. So he is, of course, some changes there. We've seen athlete go. That is Julius Chepkwony Kibowen now taking the lead. Of course, leading now, Paul Tanui, is Julius Kipkwony Kibowen with the bib number 595. Yeah, with 21 laps to go, are we going to witness our first time here, or are we going to see changes there? I can see also Matthew Kipkoech Kipruto was second yesterday in the 5,000 meters. And of course, this is his specialty. The 10,000 meters race is specialty. And even as we watch the 10,000 meters race, we also have hammer, the men's hammer, ongoing on this, in the field. And we also have the women's, that is, I think that is a decathlon event, ongoing. That is not shot put. Actually, shot put meant for two athletes. Shot put heptathlon for two athletes ongoing. That is Sally Chepkosgei and Anne Cherono Chelelgo doing that event. Remember, this event is made possible through sponsors. That is a Kenya Commercial Bank, that is KCB. We have Betika na Community, and then Jubilee Insurance, sponsors who make sure that this event runs smoothly. And thanks to the sponsors, because they've been able to make sure that athletes get, of course, you can see on your screen, that is Jubilee Insurance. Turn your savings into steady income with Jubilee Money Market Fund, 10.59%. So that is Jubilee Insurance. We also have Kenya Commercial Bank sponsoring this event, and Betika na Community. 10,000 meters. Paul Tanui still leading there. I'll be telling you more about Paul Tanui, of course, through his biography, and tell you what he won in the past. And it's good to see him come back, because he has really been training in Kericho silently, but we are happy to see him again competing here at Ulinzi Sports Complex. Remember, Paul Tanui has a silver medal from Rio de Janeiro, and of course in 10,000 meters, where he won a silver medal. And then at the World Championships, he won 3 bronze medals. That is in 2013 Moscow, 2015 Beijing, and 2017 in London. Those are the bronze medals that Paul Tanui managed to bag during the World Championships. At the World Cross Country Championships in Punta Umbria, that is where his career had kicked off. He managed to win a silver medal in the men's race. Yeah, 17 laps to go, and you can see now there's been changes here. Weldo Langat taking the lead now. Weldo Langat that is taking the lead, and Paul Tanuk is now in 5th position. We have Longosiwa now also trying to come from the outside lane. Some changes here. Gears being shifted here, as I was telling Mulemi earlier, that gears are being shifted. And maybe we shall see the athletes from maybe in the middle going to the front, and those are the front falling back. It's a sport. We call it a sport. It depends how you embrace and how you are prepared for the 25 laps. 17 laps to go. And in the shot put, I can see some action ongoing there. There's a lady there. There's a lady who is really very happy there, jumping up and down. I think she has qualified for the Africa event. She's very happy. Of course, the event is still ongoing. We shall be giving you the results. We shall be letting you know who is. Maybe by tomorrow we'll know who will make it to Team Kenya, to represent Team Kenya at the Africa Championships in Accra, Ghana. Of course, you see now again Paul Tanui trying to go to the front, maybe to. It's just mind games here, leads, exchanging leads here, and I think the final 5 laps will dictate, and we'll know who will be able to maintain and also finish at the top 3. Currently leading, that is Titus Kiprotich Kibate. Titus Kiprotich Kibate currently leading. And you can see some athletes coming from the outside lane. Weldon also trying to come back. Paul Tanui hanging there. Weldon sipping some water there. They're sharing, of course, water there. You can see it's getting hot. And Matthew also in the mix. Yeah, it's very hot here, and you can see the 3 athletes, Weldon, Paul, and Titus, exchanging leads. Who will be able to make it to the podium? That is the top 3. 15 laps to go. Talking about the 10,000 meters race, this is one of the races that, of course, Paul Tanui again taking the lead there. It's a mind game here, and exchanging of the exchanging leads there. And I was talking about the 10,000 meters race. If you see globally, it has turned out to be anybody's event because anybody can win it. And maybe this is the future of the 10,000 meters because remember, Kenya has been seeking for that medal in the Olympic Games. We've been seeking for the gold medal since 1968 when Naftali Temu last won the race, and it has been a drought all those years. Now come to the World Championships since 2001 when Charles Kamadi bagged victory and won gold in that event. It has been another drought until now. Is the team running maybe some of those athletes who are going to rescue Kenya and maybe bag a gold medal in the upcoming championships? Well, next year is not far. Beijing is not far. Beijing championships will be happening next year in China, and Kenya will once again be trying to reclaim the title, which has been hovering around, going to Ethiopia, Uganda, and Europe, but it's not coming home. But we hope maybe things will change. Mulemi, I was looking at Paul Tanui. Paul Tanui he has been there for long, since 2011 when he first represented Kenya, where he won a silver medal in the cross country. And this is a man who used to give Mo Farah a lot of work. Even Mo Farah admitted one time that the Kenyans are really nice and they really pushed him to that. Of course, you could see the combination of Geoffrey Kamoror, Paul Tanui, Bedan Karoki. Those were very good athletes in 10,000, but they were normally beaten in the last few meters by either Cheptegei or Mo Farah and the others. Paul Tanui, the longevity, he has been there for long. he has been there for long, Mulemi.
Paul Tanui, 36 years of age. This is a man who's been there and, of course, has seen it all. And we just expect him to be trying out also for this one, because the Africa Senior Athletics Championship is an opportunity for him to show the world what he's capable of doing. And as you rightfully put it, this is the time for him to actually show why Mo Farah regarded him as one of the best he's faced in the business. And all this is happening here, the 10,000 meters women final. And I'm told the 800 meters final has been pushed to tomorrow. So that means we'll have a couple of relays and the 1500 decathlon coming up later on. Compared to day one, events seem to be going fast and furious as we head toward the last 12 laps of these 10,000 meters. A race that it's still so close to call. A lot of bodies in that leading pack, and technically you can say that heading into the last 12, which is halfway in this race, we will be having a couple of changes, but then it will not be as easy as it looks like. Getting into the business end of this. And it is that man Titus Protich Kibet still dictating in Silas Centuria with that unique running style of his on the inside. Musaya Ongeri also, and Paul Tanui, the two athletes that are trying it out here. So the experienced man is also up there. Kevin Chesang, Silas Centuria, one of the rising stars in this distance. Of course, he's just 20 years old. Silas Centuria, bright future ahead of him. Just like the BBs having the green and white. Kevin Chesang now in second place. Paul Tanui in third place. 10 to go. Nobody has decided to break away yet. So it's Tini Chesang and Tanui and Titus Kibet. Silas Centuria also squaring it out with the rest of the field. So still very close to call. And slowly you can feel the field stretching. Centuria stretching the rest of the field. Kevin Chesang, the other 20-year-old, closing by. So two 20-year-olds in that front. As they glide through, two 20-year-olds, Chesang and Centuria. They want that ticket to the Africa Senior Athletics Championship. From the double digits, now 9 to go. Centuria and Chesang, the two 20-year-olds, now stretching the field. The most experienced runner, Paul Kipngetich Tanui, still just about checking the runs of the two leading athletes. And now Weldon Lagat Kipkurui announces his entry. There's a little bit of push and shove. Actually, it was the water that was really needed because the temperatures have soared up high a little bit here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. And that alone has shifted gears to having a new leader with 8.5 to go. So, Weldon Lagat has decided to take matters into his own hands right now. But then another response from Kevin Chesang. This is proving to be a race that will be so close to call, unlike the women's race that we saw Diana tearing the field apart straight from the onstart. So it is Chesang and Lagat. Lagat, more experienced runner. But then Chesang decides to hit the front a little bit. You can now start feeling the legs getting tired in there. It's not now about playing with what your coach told you, how to attack the last 7 laps. Silas Centura in second place. Kevin Chesang now leading, and Wildon Kipkurui dropping to third. So the two 20-year-olds still leading at this stage. Nobody has decided to stretch the field. Kevin Chesang is trying to do so together with Centura. You can see the long strides will play a huge role in this one. Kevin, Silas. And then we have Matthew Kipkoech hovering in third. It's now beginning to get faster. Nine athletes still chasing those top 3 slots.
Of course, the gears have now changed. I told you about gears, and you can see now Tanui cannot cope up with the. I think these others are GNZs. Are they GNZs? And the pace has gone up, and of course they are battling it out for the top 3 slots that are meant to give them maybe a chance to represent Kenya at the Africa Senior Championships in Accra, Japan. In Accra, Ghana, not Japan. I was thinking about the last event, the World Championships that were held in Japan. So watch out at Centura, Kipsang, and Matthew Kipkoech. Watch out at them, Mulemi.
Matthew Kipkoech and Centura. Matthew coming into second place right now. Kipruto Koech, another 20-year-old. Also coming in is Silas Centura. So 3 20-year-olds in that leading from Centura, Matthew, and of course Kevin. 5 laps to go in this one. It's getting hotter, it's getting faster. And of course you'll see the lactic acid pouring in as we head into the last stages of this one. So this is the 10,000 meters men final where we want to witness the best. Silas Centura checking over his shoulder. He has to make sure that he is in prime position to strike. Kevin Chesang. So the youngsters showing the rest of the field how it is done. Kevin Chesang, Matthew Kipkoech, and of course looking at Silas Centura, he's really tried that much to see if he can actually keep up with this one. So Kevin, Silas, and Matthew in that 1, 2, 3 with 4 laps to go. This is getting interesting. Kevin Chesang leading, Matthew Kipruto leading, Silas Centura, both of them 20 years old. So it's down to 3. Let's see who blinks fast in this one. As we said, we are getting into the business end of matters here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. So Kevin Chesang, Matthew Kipruto, and Silas Centura in a 1, 2, 3. They've decided to take matters into their own hands. They know they are in prime position to qualifying for the Africa Senior Athletics Championships, and this is the proper graduation. There's no room for error here. Also closing in, Ruben Pogisio Longosiwa. He is the dark horse in this one. He is currently in 4th place. Will he use the experience he has? The 26-year-old to try close the gap, has 3 laps to go on this track. Kevin Chesang still leading. Matthew Kipruto in 2nd place. He checks over his shoulder to see where Silas Centura is. And now decides to hit the front for the first time, Mr. Matthew Kipruto Kipkoech. Silas Centura responds. Kevin Chesang responds. It is 3. And it will be decided as at who actually has what it takes. Kevin assumes the lead once again. Matthew in 2nd, Silas in 3rd. Silas checks off his shoulder. He must be checking on Centura. He's got that devastating kick, Centura, so they know whom they are really competing against. That is Silas and Matthew. Kevin, Matthew, Silas. Now Kevin, 2 to go. Matthew in 2nd place. Silas in 3rd place. The 20-year-olds showing the rest of the world that this is what Kenya has in the 10,000 meters. The graduation has been complete, and now they want to represent the country in the Africa Senior Athletics Championship. This is getting better by day. Kevin, Matthew, Silas. And you look at the 3 athletes, both of them almost at the same time, 2 in July and 1 in August 2005. Silas should be the oldest as they come to hit the bell. Matthew in the lead. Silas and Kevin chasing for that as they hit the bell. So the 3 front runners hit the bell. We will be waiting to see who actually crosses the finishing line first, because all of them are actually headed to Accra. Kevin Chesang on that curve to the 250. Matthew Kipruto Kipkoech now in 2nd place. Will he be able to respond? Silas Centura trying to come from the outside. He's been very, very close to the rest of the field. He's trying to come from the outside. Silas Centura. Kevin Chesang still holding it there, but Centura, as I told you, he's got that devastating kick on that curve. Will he use the long stride to try and shrug off Kevin Chesang? Let's wait and see. It is Centura versus Kevin Chesang heading into the 100. Who has the gas to see this through? Kevin Chesang has been strong from the onset. He is going to steam away and win this 10,000 meters. Spectacularly so, and wins it in a time of 28 minutes, 38.63 seconds. Silas Centura comes in 3rd, and the battle for 3rd will continue. Longosiwa almost getting it there, but then Matthew just did enough to finish 3rd. A real battle there for the top honors, and Kevin Chesang just rightfully winning that on the man born on the 1st of July 2005. Silas Centura, whom we know has that devastating kick, tried to come from the outside, but then it wasn't enough because Matthew Kipruto, Kipkoech, who came in third, but the winner, Kevin Chesang, born 1st of July 2005, carried the day to ensure that we have 20-year-olds representing us at the Africa Senior Athletics Championships in Accra, Ghana next month. But look at that. Kevin Chesang showed the stamina just to get away from Silas Centura. And he did just enough in the last 50 meters to see this through. So the winner of the 10,000 meters, Kevin Chesang, ahead of Silas Centura and, of course, Matthew Kipruto Kipkoech. So coming up is the 4x100 women semi-final. We'll have 2 hits of this, as we witnessed yet again how Kevin Chesang lifted his arms, celebrating after that pulsating 10,000 meter run that he just finished ahead of Silas Centura and Matthew Kipruto Kipkoech. So 2 relay races coming up, 2 hits in each, the 4x100 and the 4x400. It is the women who will be doing that first. So as we await for the next event, of course, the ladies will be doing the 4x100 meters semi-final, hit number 1. We'll be giving you that lineup in a bit, but we cross over to Charity, who has a couple of interviews lined up. So over to you, Charity.
Okay, that was the exciting 10,000 meters where Diana Wanza has ran in a dominant style and has been able to take the first position. Wanza, unafeel aje kuhusu performance yako leo?
Kwanza nashukuru Mungu na nafurahia sana kupata the invite kuja kuparticipate hapa na kuweza kuibuka mshindi. Nashukuru sana. I'm really very happy for this chance. Nashukuru sana.
So saa kule Afrika umejipangia vipi?
Saa hiyo as long as tumekata the team ni kuenda tushape na alafu tuombe Mungu mambo yaende mzuri. You furahi mkimbiaji ni kuona you win, taking a medal for your country. That's our prayer. Yeah.
Nimekuwa nikifuatilia safari yako kutoka Bingwa Fest, vile umekuwa ukingangana. Safari yako imekuwa vipi?
Kwanza nilikuwa university, pale mazoezi ilikuwa chini. Sasa after graduation nikasema let me try this athletics nione penye itanipeleka. Kile iko ni kujituma. You have to train, you have to give it all. You have to focus, alafu unang'ang'ana tu at least. Nashukuru Bingwa Fest, by the way, it's a good event. Imeweza kuniinua hadi kufika mahali niko wa participate in these local events. At least una improve your performance, best time. nasema it's worth the try. At least unajaribu kitu chenye unapenda because you do it all. Una focus, hakuna mwenye anakupush, unajituma tu. Yeah.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. As we wait for number 2, who is Mercy Chemngeno Mageso. As she comes in, she's quite she's happy with she was chasing down Diana, but it was quite a task for her. Mercy, unafeel aje kuhusu performance yako ya leo?
Kwanza ningependa kushukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu amenifikisha uhai katika siku ya leo. Pili ningependa kushukuru coach wangu ambaye ananipea train yake iko poa. Pili kwa majina ni Chemngeno Mercy Mageso and Bible Keme.
Okay. Na vile ulikuwa ukikimbia, nimeona umejaribu kukimbizana na Diana. Nini ilikuwa inaendelea kwa kichwa chako hiyo wakati?
Sikuwa natarajia kufika kuchukua hiyo position nilishika, lakini nashukuru Mungu tu. Pia nashukuru Sandra Felix Chebet sababu tuna train na yeye pamoja. Ni yeye ametutia motisha.
Okay, asante sana. Na kila la heri.
Asante.
Okay, I'm also waiting for number 3, who is Pena Yego Sioi. Pena, unafeel aje kuhusu performance yako ya leo?
Haikuwa mbaya, ila jua ilikuwa kali. Baridi pia, lakini nashukuru Mungu kwa position 3.
Na umeweza kuenjoy competition yako ya leo?
Haikuwa mbaya vile, lakini kwa uwezo wa Mungu ilikuwa sawa.
So ukirudi utafocus na nini kwa training ndio at least ukiweza uweze kufocus na maybe kuimprove pale unaona bado hakujashika?
Yenye ningeimprove ni speed work, then long run kidogo ndio niweze kufaulu.
Okay. All the best na congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Those were our top 3 finishers in the 10,000 meters. We had Diana Wanza taking in the first position, followed by Mercy Chemngeno Mageso and number 3, who is Pena Yego Sioi. Over to you as we continue with the next race.
Linking up with you for more as we await for the next event that will be coming up in a bit. It should be the 4x100 meters. We'll also have a couple of field events lined up, including the decathlon, heptathlon, and of course the 400 meters hurdles. So plenty of action still coming up, and that will begin when the field is ready. Also waiting for a couple of interviews because we just headed into 3 minutes after 1 in the PM in Nairobi.
We've had in the day. Kevin Chesang, unafeel aje kuhusu competition yako ya leo?
Kwangu ya kwanza nataka nishukuru Mungu kwa kunipea nguvu kuweza kushiriki ushindi wa leo. Nilikuwa nasikia mwili tu ilikuwa sawa. Nafurahia sana.
And of course Charity speaking to the winner
umesema ulikuwa unasikia mwili
of the
iko sawa.
10,000 meters
Pengine kuko na kitu umeona tena uongezee mazoezi?
Nikienda kurudi kambi sasa naenda kuprepare mazoezi mzuri ili nitapoenda hiyo game naweza kushiriki mzuri. Ndio.
Sasa vile umefuzu kwenda Afrika, mpango wako ni gani?
Sasa mpango wangu sasa ni kwenda kurudi kambi na kuprepare speed wa quells na kutafuta endurance ya game. Yeah.
Na ungependa kuambia na saa hii umeenjoy game yako leo?
Ndio nimeenjoy game yangu ya leo kwa kuweza kushinda hii game ya Afrika. Nasema shukrani.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Okay. That was Kevin Chesang saying that he's happy with this performance. He's waiting to go back to camp and do a bit more of training for him to be at a competitive state in during the Africa Championships that will be coming soon. We are also joined by the second finisher who is Silas Senchura. Silas, umesikiaje competition ya leo?
Competition leo ilikuwa poa. Tumeng'ang'ana. Yeah. Yes.
So ni nini pengine unaona ukirudi utaenda kuangalia kwa mazoezi yako?
Maybe ni kwenda tu sasa kutrain. Na mambo itakuwa mzuri huko mbele. Yeah.
Hiyo ni vizuri sana. Kwa hivyo saa hii vile umeweka kwa timu, mpango wako ni gani?
Alafu niende. Thank you.
Okay, that was Silas Senchura saying that he's happy that he's happy because of his performance today, and he's looking forward to being in the medal bracket during the Africa Championship. We also have the third finisher who is Matthew Kipruto Koech. Matthew, unafilaje kuhusu leo?
Leo niko na furaha. I was not expecting number 3. Juu jana nilikuwa 5,000. Nikakuja number 2 kwa iti yangu. So kesho tena pia niko finals.
Unataka kubahatisha kwa zote? Unataka kwenda kudouble?
Kesho naweza jaribu bado. Nione kama nitameke top 2.
All the best and congratulations.
Asante.
That was Matthew Kipruto Kipkoech. He was with us yesterday during the 5,000 meter semi-final, and tomorrow he will be competing in the 5,000 meter final, and today he's finished third in the 10,000 meters. Over to you as we continue with the next event.
Kevin, the winner of the 10,000 meters men, finished ahead of Silas Senchura and Matthew Kipruto Kipkoech. Of course, waiting for the next event. That should be the 4x100 meters women final. And I'm told there is yet another interview lined up, but huge news coming from the field events is that a 39-year-old national record has been smashed by Belinda Oburu this afternoon, and that is in the discus. And she smashes a record in shot put, and it's a record that has been standing for 39 good years. And it was set by Elizabeth Olaba in 1987. And she's clocked a distance of 1574 meters from 1560. So quite an improvement there. So Belinda has smashed that long time record, and she is elated. She's speaking to Charity on the track side. Over to you, Charity.
A very warm welcome here as we continue the combined trials in for the Africa Championship and the World Relays. Today I'm joined by Belinda Oburu, who has broken a 39-year-old national record, but is subject to ratification in the shot put. She has managed to throw 15.74 meters, beating the old record that was set up in 1987 by Elizabeth Olaba, where she threw 15.60 meters just before the All African Games that was staged here in Nairobi. Belinda, unafeel aje kuhusu performance yako ya leo?
Na feel vizuri sana. Yeah.
Now that umeweza ku break the national record na umeweza ku qualify for the Africa Championship, mpango wako ni gani?
Mpango yangu ni kuqualify Commonwealth kwanza, ndio hizo zingine zikuje tena. Yeah.
Okay. Na sasa hivi vile tunaelekea utakuwa na mwenzako Sara Atieno, mtafanyaje kwa mazoezi? Ni nini sana sana mtafocus kurekebisha?
Okay, nitarudi nyuma kwa coach tuongee. Sasa tukiwa na Atieno tutajua tuendea penye kuna shida, then tuna work on it. Yeah. Yeah.
But una feel aje?
Na feel poa sana. I'm so happy. Yeah.
Okay. That was Belinda Oburu. I'll be signing out and handing you over to Greg Mlemi as we continue with the event.
Thank you very much. Charity has been speaking to Belinda Ogutu. And she has just been sharing her views after breaking that long-standing national record in the discus, throwing a distance of 15.74 meters. And it's taken 39 years to have this broken, and it has been great. It has been huge. And of course, that brings us close to the business end of things. We've been here since in the morning to this time, and of course tomorrow being the final day. And just before we go, we'll be giving you the line of the 200 meters. Martin Juma will be running in lane number 1, Clinton Aluvi in lane number 2, Clinton Simani Regao in lane number 3, Kalistas Juma in lane number 4, Elkana Sabila in lane number 5, Samuel Chege in lane number 6, Ronald Kiprono, who posted the fastest time coming into this final, will be running lane number 7. Dennis Mwai in lane number 8, 20.76. And it has been a great day of athletics. Day 2, of course, here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. It's been great. It's been real. And of course, on behalf of everyone who was involved in this production, the beautiful photos, the images, and of course the sound technicians and everyone who made this production what it is today. See you tomorrow, day 3, where the final day will be held right here. Hopefully the weather will be as calm as today's weather, and of course we'll be giving you the results of each and every race happening tomorrow, including the 100 meters finals, which promises to be a huge race. Plenty of relay races tomorrow also here at the Ulinzi Sports Complex, including the naming of the teams to represent Kenya at the Africa Senior Athletics Championships to be held in Accra, Ghana from the 12th to 17th of May. And of course, before that will be the World Relays in Gaborone, Botswana. And from us, it's always goodbye, stay safe, and of course, have a lovely weekend. See you tomorrow on day 3 of these trials.